In this panel, we see Captain Useless arriving a full calendar week late. Captain Useless has the incredible ability to sort his trash with only the power of his mind. In this panel, we see a clumsy Captain Useless lean on the panic button accidentally. This is really utterly useless. What do you think, Harvey? Shall I press it?
I'd like to see that.
I'm gonna do it.
Go ahead, be my guest.
I'll do it. I'll really do it.
You don't have the guts.
I'm serious.
Chicken! Chicken! Edna!
What now?
It doesn't seem to have had any effect.
Hello, princess. What's a girl like you doing in an asylum like this? Wait, don't tell me. You're Edna, right?
Hey, how do you know that?
There isn't much that Dr. Marcel can hide from me. That he's keeping you locked up in the tower, for example. So we seem to be fellow prisoners. By the way, people call me the Keymaster. Isn't that the cutest nickname?
What else do you know about me?
Just that a dark secret links you to the Doctor. An unspeakable, dark secret. He spends much time and energy trying to erase your memory. One could even say it is a personal crusade. And the fact that you always find a way to remember drives him to great irritation.
Why are you in solitary?
They think I'm dangerous. And they're probably right. That's all you need to know.
Is there anything else you know about Dr. Marcel?
He is a sick man, guided by hate. Ever since the death of his son, he's been bitter and eccentric, locks himself up in his secret room, and performs these sadistic electric shock treatments on his patients. A dark secret links you to the Doctor. He's obsessed with the idea of erasing your memory. Is that enough information?
Do you know how I can get out of here?
Yes.
What?
Yes. I know how you can get out of here. I've had plenty of time to figure out an escape plan. Only problem is, I can't do anything about it in here. You, on the other hand, can move relatively unrestricted out there. And you are clever. Unlike most other inmates.
So, what's your plan?
First, you must find a way to the other side of the bars. Then, you'll have to make a copy of the master key. We'll be able to get out of the building with that. It opens my cell door, too. Finally, we need a vehicle to exit the compound.
Sounds fairly simple, but how do I get a copy of the master key?
You'll have to find the original first. Then you'll need clay for the imprint, a furnace to bake the clay, and an easily melted metal to cast the copy. Gold would be perfect.
Where can I find clay?
Good question. The clay from occupational therapy has been completely pounded into ugly ashtrays. You can't use that anymore. But maybe it would help you to know that this asylum has been built on a pretty clay-packed layer of earth.
I think I know what I have to do now.
Good luck. Edna, is there anything else you'd like to know?
I've got to go.
Give my regards to Lady Liberty.
Here we go. I've teased him enough. The next exit is approaching. I'd break every bone in my body if I did that. Really, Mr. Frock? You're all dirty.
Good.
The next exit is approaching. That's strange. Where's Mr. Frock? The next exit is approaching. That doesn't work that way. That doesn't work that way. This poster informs readers about the proper use of the laundry lift. It doesn't say anything about its practical use as a means of public transportation, though. Here we go! The next exit is approaching. I'd break every bone in my body if I did that. The next exit is approaching. The next exit is approaching. Hey, the beds haven't been made. I guess I'll have to take stern measures. This is by far the softest sheet I've ever seen. I can't do any more harm with this. The stinky drink is empty. Chocolate flakes. Ingredients: industrial foam and sugar. It says there's a surprise in the box. Hey, there was a surprise in there. It's a brand spanking new authentic police badge with small parts that could be swallowed. Cool. I bet only the toughest cops get the small parts that could be swallowed. That doesn't work that way. Here we go! The next exit is approaching. The next exit is approaching. I don't want to take it all at once. The next exit is approaching. Hey, the beds haven't been made. I guess I'll have to take stern measures. You're not supposed to eat chips in bed. Here we go. The next exit is approaching. Those are pretty big washing machines. Hey, this is Mr. Frock.
Ugh, take it away! Take it away!
You don't have to worry. It's just ketchup.
Bad ketchup! Bad! Hobbit! Makes bad stains! Come! Ah! Take it away! Take it away!
You don't have to worry. It's just mustard.
Bad mustard seeds makes bad stains! Come! Ah!
You don't have to.
Bad
I don't want to announce anything. That doesn't work that way.
Huh? What do you mean, that doesn't work that way?
Well, it says so on this bulletin. Down here. This doesn't work.
Strange statement, and with no information value.
Not everyone can have as much to say as we do. I once dreamt I was a tube of mustard, extra hot. My eyes were watering. The harder the tears streamed, the more intense the taste got. I once dreamt that I was a pen. I scribbled all the walls of the world into rubble.
Very interesting, Mr. Pokey. And this object interaction you were talking about, is this happening in this room right now?
Are you even listening? All of us in here are nothing more than...
Hold on a second. Yes, what can I do for you? Why don't you come a little closer? This is the group therapy session for video game designers. If you don't have a signed registration, you can't attend.
Where do I get this registration?
At this time, good luck with that. The forms were on display for months. By now, they have surely been buried somewhere deep in a drawer.
I didn't want to join in anyway.
In that case, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. And please shut the door on your way out.
All right, all right. Puh, who needs her? One can register for therapy with this blank form, but the signature of the psychologist responsible is missing. Let's see. Just another load of files. Hey, this looks useful. There's a list of the current inmates. It shows where I can find the corresponding patient histories. I seem to know some of the names. Well, normally I don't care much about files, but snooping around in other people's patient histories is so delightfully prohibited. So, whose patient history shall I look at? Is this supposed to be a patient's history? I quote, name, Drogglejug. First pet, green dog. Characteristic, was always chosen third during physical education lessons. That's all. Is this supposed to be a patient's history? I quote, name, Adrian, king of the recreation room. First pet, red cat. Characteristic, was always chosen second during physical education lessons. That's all. Are all these patient histories? The whole world must have gone crazy. A postcard from Vladvakistan. Look here. The foreign minister postmarked the stamp with his own incisors. This says, the moon falls down to Earth. That's a bit worrying. This looks dangerous. What the hey? The next exit is approaching. Hold it. Paraornithological branch of the FBI, Special Squad. Sergeant Edna.
Drogglejug?
Of course I can show you identification.
Drogglejug.
You bet. Can I have access to the king now?
Drogglejug.
Cool. Thank you.
Well, well, well. My scouts reported that you'd be coming. A new power, they said, is on the rise in the eastern realm of the recreation room to overthrow me and my kingdom.
What are you talking about?
So, you managed to overcome my god. Poor, devoted Drogglejug. I will avenge him with your blood.
What?
But woe is me. My hand is weak, for the weight of a sword is far too much for me to bear.
Have I been temple morphed into the wrong game?
Before you usurp what my dynasty has achieved through the years, my castle, my throne, and my gold medal from the jigsaw puzzle contest, you will have to defeat me in a mental duel. Are you prepared for the challenge?
I am ready.
So be it. Let the joust begin. There's no turning back now. It's all or nothing. Victory or defeat. Glory or shame. Fish or cut bait.
You know how to create suspense.
I will ask you a question, and you shall give me the answer or perish.
All right. Just ask the question.
Well then, the question is heads or tails?
That's all? Heads or tails? That's the duel for the royal throne?
Heads or tails?
Heads.
Tails. Well, maybe you'll have better luck next time. Have you had enough?
Well, I'll be gone then.
Cheerio.
The next exit is approaching. Here we go. The next exit is approaching. I can almost get the scissors in the gap. Almost, being the significant modifier here. A Norwegian hardwood drawer with leaf-gilded inlays.
Where do you see anything like that? This is ordinary beach.
The player was deeply impressed just now. Yeah, I can reach between the desk and the drawer with this. With any luck... There! Success! There's an old key in the drawer. I'll take that. I bet it's important. Dr. Marcel kept it hidden in a locked drawer after all. Let's see. Wow! That really worked! In this panel, we see Captain Useless, trying hard to remember the passcode to the basement cave. In this panel, we see Captain Useless, trying hard to remember the passcode to the basement cave.
In this panel, we see Captain Useless fetching his spelt grain cushion from behind the oven.
Stop that.
In this panel, we see Captain Useless.
Hello, Poozy.
Poozy must kill Harvey. Poozy must kill Harvey.
Oh, yeah. Still his usual self, old Poozy.
In this panel, we see...
He won't be able to read anymore. Besides, he was more into textbooks.
That doesn't work that way.
I vaguely remember Alfred. He was an extremely obnoxious boob, I'll admit that. But to think that he's dead now?
Edna? Edna? The kid was a klutz.
I know.
He was a jerk.
I know. I couldn't stand him.
An idiot. A moron.
A pimpled ulcer.
A bag of pus.
Dumb as a bag of nails.
Cry baby.
Butthead.
Goof.
Brain-dead mother-friggin' vomit-munching horse fornicator.
Edna?
I miss him.
I know.
Dr. Marcel will pay for this.
You think? He's got something to do with this?
Look around you. It's obvious that this guy is insane. I know the recollection of what happened back then must be buried somewhere in my brain. This is exactly why Dr. Marcel is trying to erase my memory. And to think he's got the nerve to accuse my father.
We'll find the missing piece of the puzzle, Edna. I promise.
That's Alfred's homework. Alfred was a real nerd, and he never let me copy off him. What's this? Scribbled on the edge of the page. Mattis Conrad? That's my father's name, but it isn't his handwriting. Although somebody has made a great effort to copy it, obviously. Just a second. That's my handwriting. I don't get it. Why did I sign my father's name on the edge of Alfred's homework? Harvey, do you know anything about it?
Oh yeah, I can remember that day very well. That was the day I taught you how to forge signatures.
Can you remember this, Harvey?
Yes, indeed I do. You and Alfred had a private lesson with Mr. Hornbush. The lesson was utterly boring. And while Alfred did his best to follow, I taught you how to forge signatures.
Do you think we can go back there so I can learn it again?
That should be no problem. Are you ready?
Yeah. Temple morph me to the past.
As you wish. Hold on.
Oh dear. I really do remember, I'm afraid. This is Mr. Hornbush's math class. He was very strict and he always picked on me. I'm afraid that if I don't pay attention, he'll lock me in the cupboard again. This is a riddle you have to solve on your own. Good luck, Harvey.
This is the warmest day of the year. Everyone who doesn't get out today will have missed the best day of summer. Edna should be enjoying the nice weather. It's not really fair that she has to sweat over books in here instead. Edna would much rather go swimming than sit through this dull math lesson. Edna Edna needs to know about this merry-go-round. I think an ice cream is exactly what Edna needs right now. Edna's not gonna believe this! A Ferris wheel! If Edna gets wind of a circus, she'll be even more upset about not being allowed out! Edna knows a few great ways to insult the ugly frog face. I wonder if it can be of any use. Edna! There's a merry-go-round outside!
I love merry-go-rounds. This lesson is beginning to be a real torture.
Mr. Hardbush! Mr. Hardbush! Edna's talking to herself again, and I can't properly concentrate on my assignment!
Edna Conrad, you keep interrupting the lesson. I'll give you an official warning. On the third warning, I'm putting you in the cupboard. Do you understand?
I'm sorry, Mr. Hornbush. It'll never happen again.
What does that piece of paper say?
Oh, it's a note from my father. He just forgot to put marmalade on my sandwich again.
I'd love to know what it says. Hey, Edna! I spotted a letter in Mr. Hornbush's coat pocket. I'm sure it's part of a conspiracy. Shh! Edna! There's a circus in town!
What's that you say? A real circus?
Mr. Hardbush! Mr. Hardbush! Edna's talking to herself again, and I can't properly concentrate on my assignment!
I have to ask you to behave, young lady. That is the second warning, Edna. Interrupt the lesson one more time, and I'll put you in the cupboard.
I'm sorry, Mr. Hornbush. It'll never happen again.
Look at that idiot!
Mr. Hardbush! Edna is snickering again!
Pull yourself together, Edna.
Edna! There's a new ice cream parlor.
Do they have blancmange ice?
From the looks of it, they've got everything!
I'd die for an ice cream.
Mr. Hardbush! Mr. Hardbush! Edna's talking to herself again, and I can't properly concentrate on my assignment!
Edna! That's it. Enough is enough. Into the cupboard. Come on, move it.
But...
No back talk now.
There's a letter in Mr. Hornbush's coat pocket. I'd love to know what it says. Can you reach the letter?
Sure. I can't make out anything. It's much too dark in here.
Can you reach the letter?
Sure. I can't make out anything. It's much too dark in here.
It's really handy that the cupboard has a peephole in exactly the right position. This hole in the cupboard could prove very useful. You could pass the letter through the hole. Then I can read it for you.
Good idea.
This is incredible. The letter is from Dr. Marcel, addressed to Mr. Hornbush. The doctor is paying him money to hold you back in school. And he stresses that under no circumstances are you to be allowed to leave class early. Especially, and this one's underlined, when the weather is good.
I can hardly believe it. Obviously, Dr. Marcel has been carrying out a personal vendetta against me for a long time. He'll pay for this.
This all seems a bit illogical to me, but I've seen it written in black and white.
We'll get to the bottom of this eventually.
It's really handy that the cupboard has a peephole in exactly the right position. Looky, looky, Edna, I can see you! What's this piece of paper in your bag?
It's not really important. My father forgot to put out breakfast for me.
The fun begins beyond this door. I'll have to get Edna out of here somehow. Maybe she has an idea of her own. We gotta get you out of here.
Yeah, this seems to be the story of my life.
Maybe Edna is interested in exploring hidden island realms. I think Edna is afraid of Mr. Hornbush. Edna could never stand math. I should go on a world tour with Edna. Maybe you should ask Mr. Hornbush to let you take part in the lesson again.
I can't believe that you, of all people, would say that, Harvey.
Why? We can wreak more havoc that way.
That, of course, is true. Mr. Hornbush!
Alfred is such a moron. Why did I have to recall this sad memory? We gotta get you out of here.
Shh. Later, Harvey.
It's a note from Addis, Edna's father. How are you, Edna?
Shh. Later, Harvey.
Isn't that your father's handwriting on the note?
Yes, why? It's just a little memo about my sandwich.
Well, how about we create our own little note for Mr. Hornbush? In your father's name.
You mean we'll forge his handwriting?
We'll just borrow it. After all, you have plenty of time in here to practice it. Or did you have other plans?
You're right. This really sounds like a good idea. Maybe I'll even manage to get out soon enough to enjoy the weather.
That's how you learned to forge signatures back then. You got so good at it that after a while you could forge anyone's signature, just by looking at it.
Yeah, I think I could still do that. I really hope this is going to help me. This classroom is not exactly what I call one of my favorite memories.
That doesn't work that way.
What? There's no signature on there yet. I should find a way to change that. I vaguely remember Alfred. He was an extremely obnoxious boob, I'll admit that. But to think that he's dead now? If there was a strange signature on there, I'd start to worry. One can register for therapy with this blank form, but the signature of the psychologist responsible is missing.
That doesn't work that way.
Yes, I think I can learn the barkeeper's handwriting. He's a bit dyslexic, it seems. He even writes stinky drink with 3 X's. Are you my key to freedom? Or can I use you to order edible underwear on the internet? Whatever it is, you will be very useful. What shall I write? XXX. Okay. Okay. I think I could learn to forge this signature.
Sometime later.
That should do it. I can make an exact copy of the signature now.
That doesn't work that way.
Loser. Very good idea. I'll just sign the form with Dr. Marcel's name.
Very interesting, Mr. Pokey. And this object interaction you were talking about, is this happening in this room right now?
Are you even listening? All of us in here are nothing more than...
Hold on a second. Yes, what can I do for you? Why don't you come a little closer? This is the group therapy session for video game designers. If you don't have a signed registration, you can't attend.
I have a signed registration.
Very well then. Please have a seat with the others. Okay, if everybody's ready, would you, as a new member of our group, like to begin, please?
I'd like to see how all this works first.
Very well then. Let's proceed from where we were before we were interrupted. Pokey, would you introduce yourself once again?
Yeah, alright. My name is Pokey, and I had the nerve to believe I could design an adventure game in just a few months, with just a handful of co-workers, and at the same time draw over 100 backgrounds and all of the animations for my graduate thesis.
I see. Would you please tell us something about your formative years?
I was always picked next to last during gym class.
Next to last. Very interesting. Next question. What color would your pet have been if it had been a chicken?
Ochre.
Ochre. I see. The case is clear. You are suffering from delusions of grandeur.
Thank you. I think I'm cured now.
What? That's supposed to be the therapy?
Why don't you give it a try? It really helped me a lot.
Are we ready now?
What we? You mean me? Okay, why not?
Would you be so kind as to introduce yourself to the group?
If that's necessary. Hello, group. I am Adrian, king of the recreation room.
I see. Would you please tell us something about your formative years?
I was always picked second during gym class.
Second. I see. Let's move on to the next question. What color would your pet have been if it had been a dog?
Green.
Green. Well, well. The case is clear. You've been struck by lightning. Your inability to resist atmospheric energies has frustrated you. That's why you developed a control psychosis. You have to be on top of everything all the time and everywhere. This desire is so deeply seated that your subconscious has developed precognitive abilities. Why don't you just let go? Not everything has to be subject to your control. Lightning is one of these things. You don't have to feel insecure or helpless because of this. That's it. You're cured. You may go now.
Whoa. I'm stunned. Harvey, are you still there?
Don't worry, Edna. I'll always be with you.
This looks dangerous. Hey, what the hey? The next exit is approaching.
Well, well. You have returned to challenge me yet again, as I foretold. Are you prepared to suffer another defeat?
Why must I always lose?
Do not blame yourself. There was a time when I too had to endure the same misfortunes as you. I tell nary a lie. I was a regular misadventurer. But then I went out for a walk one night. On the roof of the tower, there was a thunderstorm brewing. I opened my umbrella as a precaution, and my feet were immersed in buckets of water when I noticed that the TV antenna was crooked. Immediately, I took it upon myself to rectify the problem. What I remember next is seeing a dazzling flash of light. What exactly it was, I cannot fathom. But after that incident, I've never been off the mark again.
Which place were you picked for a team during physical education class?
First, of course. What other place is there for one such as I?
Ha! And what kind of pet did you have as a child?
A large, snappish dog.
Just a second. It doesn't work like that. What color was it?
What is this supposed to be? Some kind of therapy?
Well?
So tell me, which color was he?
Red.
Wow! You're right! Suddenly, I feel so understood. And everything is so much clearer. Yes! I was hit by the same flash of lightning twice in a row. And feeling utterly helpless, I developed a control psychosis. I should start to relax and take it easy. Not everything has to be subject to my control.
Exactly.
Hey, thanks. You've helped me a great deal.
Hey, Alu.
Hello, Edna. What brings you here this time?
I have one more question about King Adrian.
Fire away.
Can you help me beat him?
Who do you think I am? Mr. Miyagi?
Oh, please. With sugar and cream and a cherry on top?
Well, all right then. I have a radical idea how to level the playing field. But you won't like it.
Tell me.
Electroshock therapy.
What?
We'll give you electroshocks so that you can predict things as well.
I'm not sure.
We can meet at the electroshock therapy chair, and off we'll go. I'd need a better coat hanger, though. The inspector won't let me ride the laundry lift with this one anymore. What do you think?
I'm really not sure if I'd like that.
Take your time and think about it. When you're ready, just bring me a better coat hanger.
I've made a decision. I want the shock treatment.
Brave child. Get me a better coat hanger and off we'll go.
Let's talk about something else. I have to get a move on.
Take care of your karma.
Let's go! I want shock treatment.
Very well then. We'll meet by the shock therapy chair. Can you find the way?
I hope so.
So off we go.
The next exit is approaching.
Here we go.
The next exit is approaching.
Darn it! Darn it! Darn it! Darn it!
It's locked.
Ah, Edna. Finally. So, are we ready to go?
Sometime later.
I hope you're all right over there. This is your last chance to change your mind. Too late.
Wow, that was really something. Uh-oh.
Hey, it's prohibited to pass through here.
I'm already gone.
Not so fast, little lady. Alarm! Patient on the run!
What's going on?
What do you think? There's a patient on the run!
Where are all the others? Aren't Babbitt and Holger around?
Isn't that something you should know? I've been sitting here all day. I don't know what else is going on, but obviously the whole building is in chaos since the doctor went out.
It's just, I've never dealt with an attempted escape before. Alright, I'll just put her in here with the others. That must be what I'm supposed to do. There, you stay here till the doctor is back.
Something seems to have gone patently wrong here.
Well, well. You have returned to challenge me yet again, as I foretold. Are you prepared to suffer another defeat?
I want to try once more.
So be it. Heads or tails?
Tails.
Indeed! Tails! My turn. I choose heads. And heads it is. That means I get to keep the medal. Another try?
I want to try once more.
So be it. Heads or tails?
Heads.
Indeed, heads. My turn. I choose tails. What's that? That cannot be. It's heads. What does that mean?
Well, foremost, this seems to mean Edna is the king. Edna is the king. King, 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 king.
Give me the medal, you mental. Your throne is mine now.
Wow! The medal really is made out of genuine gold.
That doesn't work that way.
Okay. Maybe I should combine these two signatures.
What for?
I'd have the signature of a shrink who can mix daiquiris too.
Or the signature of a barkeeper who cures neuroses.
Good call. Let's forget about it.
In this panel, we see Captain Useless fighting the Queen Bee. Captain Useless has the ability to draw.
Barkeep, one drink, please.
Of course, my dear. What will it be?
One XXX, please.
It's not on the menu.
Of course it is. Bright and clear.
What? Let me see. You're right. What came over me? I don't even have the ingredients for that. Where the hell am I supposed to muster up minced meat? If you'll excuse me, I have to go to the basement and fetch my rifle.
This is where the barkeeper mixes his drinks?
In this panel, we see Captain Useless pouring his used oil into the Gulf of Mexico. Obviously, he didn't notice that someone was drawing him in the act.
No, thank you. The next exit is approaching.
Here we go.
The next exit is approaching.
Darn it! Darn it! Darn it! Darn it! Darn it!
I hate to interrupt, but...
Make it snappy.
What's that you're watching?
I'm watching the Loonies. Usually, I prefer TV, but there's something wrong with the aerial again.
Shame on those unreliable aerials.
It's not that bad. The morons can be quite amusing. The only problem is that you start getting a little loco yourself. If you keep staring at these monitors for too long, you'll see them start to form letters.
I'll leave you alone.
Yeah, please do.
Uh-oh.
Hey, it's prohibited to pass through here.
Can't you see I'm the newbie?
Always the same witty remarks, Miss Edna? Maybe the doctor should be less thorough when erasing your memory. You always come up with the same old tricks. What else you got for me? You have a special permit? You're just visiting? Or no, wait. You're not really even there, right? You know, I've really had it up to here with you. Alarm! Patient on the run!
What's going on?
What do you think? There's a patient on the run!
Where are all the others? Aren't Babbitt and Holger around?
Isn't that something you should know? I've been sitting here all day. I don't know what else is going on. But obviously the whole building is in chaos since the doctor went out.
It's just, I've never dealt with an attempted escape before. Alright, I'll just put her in here with the others. That must be what I'm supposed to do. There, you stay here till the doctor is back.
Something seems to have gone patently wrong here. This is not a self-serve facility. I'd rather not. I don't want to spoil the romantic mood.
Why not? Spoiling is always fun!
Oh, shut up, Harvey. You don't know anything about these things. The next exit is approaching. No, thank you. I prefer to eat standing up. Here we go. The next exit is approaching. Hello? Anybody home? Oops!
¿Sí? ¿Qué tal?
And who might you be?
My name is Almilio Sanchez de Mubelfrup, but most people call me Almighty Ruler.
Can I call you Almo for short?
If that's what you like. And you are?
Call me Edna.
Is that a nickname too?
It stands for Especially Dumb Nut Almelio.
I don't get it.
What's your business down there?
What does it look like? I'm digging a tunnel to freedom! Unfortunately, I've struck a layer of hard clay. I won't be able to go on without the proper tool, and I ran out of spoons. You don't happen to have a spoon, do you?
Good luck. I'll look for another way.
You won't find one.
Hello? Are you still down there?
Hola. What's up?
I finally found a spoon for you.
That's supposed to be a spoon?
It has to be. The barkeeper stirred his drinks with it.
Well, what the hey? This will have to do until you found the proper one. Thanks for your effort.
In this panel, we see the pot is boiling over, even though Captain Useless is watching it. In this panel, we see... In this panel, we see Captain Useless arguing with the ticket controller. In this panel, we see Captain Useless painting flames on the hood of the Honkmobile.
No, thank you. I prefer to eat standing up. The TV is turned off. It said, today everybody gets their
hot dog. Yippee!
This looks dangerous. Ah, what the hey? The next exit is approaching. The next exit is approaching.